right, what up? What up, people? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, it's New Year's Eve, people. It's New Year's Eve. So today I'm gonna be talking about 5 game rules for 2019. You feel me? Before we get into all of that, bam! Remember, how to have sex with 2 women a day, ebook, hard copy, audiobook. Make sure you get that. Make sure you get this book and step up your game. Also, guys, the holiday sale is still on. Remember, the holiday sale ends on January 1st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have one more day left. Okay? So you have one more day left to join the Bad Boy membership to get my book, 60-second game, for free, to get the ultimate Bad Boy package for free, and to get a 30-minute game session for free. All right, so you guys have until January 1st, 2019, 11:59 p.m. So you have the rest of today and then the rest of tomorrow, and then it's over. Okay? Then it is over. So make sure you guys go to Bad Boy membership. What up, Daquan, Zeus, Kareem? What up? Happy New Year to all you guys out there. Elias was popping. So I wanted to talk about, 5 game rules for 2019. We going into a new year. So we want to get you guys to step up your game and get shit popping. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do a countdown from 5 to 1, just because. You feel what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Number 5 is invest in yourself. Okay? Number 5 is invest in yourself. So what I mean is that a lot of dudes want to, learn game and learn what to do, and, they want to step their game up. They want to actually become better at interacting with women. They want to be more confident, all this other stuff. But what happens is that a lot of dudes don't invest in themselves. You understand? And so this is why, I try to make it easy for guys to actually invest in themselves and get this game. You understand? This is why I do the sales, and I try to put as much stuff, in these packages so you guys can get it and actually step up the game. Because this is the thing. You got a lot of dudes who will watch a lot of free videos, and they'll try to get as much value just out of the free videos. Now, it's good to watch the free videos, but you're only going to get a certain amount of stuff. You're only going to get a certain amount of game in those videos, right? And this is not just me. This is most coaches and all this other stuff that you watch. They're not going to give you everything. You feel what I'm saying? Because what happens is you need to invest in yourself so you can get more information. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to take calls in a second. I'm going to get through these 5 and I'm going to take calls. Right? So what happens is that when you invest in yourself, right, you end up getting information that you didn't have before. You see what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of information that you don't know that you're not going to get because you're not invested in yourself. It's really that simple. You understand? And so a lot of times what dudes will say is that they'll say, oh, but you're just saying that because, you want us to buy stuff. Yeah, I want you to buy stuff. I do. You understand? And the reason I want you to buy stuff is because the stuff you buy helps you step up your game. It's that simple. You see what I mean? And so when you invest in yourself, what happens is that you're making a choice to say, I'm going to step up my game. And see, what happens is that when you actually invest, you say, look, I'm going to actually take it seriously and do the thing and do the steps because I took time to actually invest. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that works. In order for you to really get it going, you got to make that investment because you don't want to waste your money. You don't want to waste your time. So then you make that investment and then you get shit popping. You feel what I'm saying? So that's number 5. What up, Razor? Ramon and Indigo TV was popping. So now number 4. The 4th thing you need to do to step up your game, for 2019 is you need to start taking action. All right. So guys need to start taking action heavy. You understand? Heavy. See, unfortunately, again, guys will, watch the videos, or even, let's say, for example, you buy products and you go to seminars and you do all this other stuff, but you're not actually taking action. You're not going out there and approaching women. You're not going out there and going on dates. You're not trying to hook up. You're not, actually doing anything. You're just watching videos and listening to audios. Now that stuff is good, but you actually have to take action, because part of your learning, the learning process, is you taking action. You understand? Because there's certain things that I can't teach you, or any other coach that they can't teach you, because it's something you have to learn on your own. Meaning that you have to learn how you feel and what you're about when it comes to, doing different shit. You got to see how you're going to feel when it comes to you approaching that girl. How do you feel when you get rejected? How does it feel when you actually, get a chick who's cooperating? You got to know all these things on your own. And all of that comes about when you start taking action. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not taking action, you're never going to get to that point where, you understand what you need to make happen. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta, you gotta make sure that that you do what you need to do in order to get a certain result, and that comes from you taking action. If you're not taking action, ain't shit gonna happen for you. You understand what I'm saying? If you are not taking action, shit is going to not happen for you. You understand what I'm saying? So, number three. Now, the third game rule for 2019 is you need to stop pretending to be high value. Okay? Stop pretending to be high value. Okay? So stop pretending to be high value and actually be high value. Okay? Again, stop pretending to be high value and actually be high value. See, a lot of dudes in this game, what it is that they'll try to pretend and portray themselves as a high value guy. You understand? They think that, I'm going to act like I got shit going on instead of actually having shit going on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to pretend that that I'm bringing things to the table instead of actually bringing things to the table. I'm going to pretend I'm busy versus actually being busy. You understand? This is ridiculous. And this is why it's hard for guys to get women. And even if they get women, it's hard for them to keep the woman interested, because when she gets to you, she realizes that you're actually not high value because you've been pretending all this time. You've been pretending to be that guy instead of actually being that guy. So, for example, I had a friend who, he was working on some type of project or whatever, and he was still out there just talking to girls here and there. So while he was doing his work on what he was doing, he was still talking to girls. So he was talking to maybe like 3 or 4 girls at a time, right? And so what happened was, any one of those girls that he was dealing with, right? Sometimes he wouldn't hit him up for like a few days. Now, he wasn't sitting there pretending to be busy because, and saying, well, I'm going to pretend I'm busy and then I'll put this in my little schedule to holler at her on this day so that she thinks that, no, he was just doing his thing. And he's like, oh shit, let me call so-and-so because I haven't spoken to her in a minute, right? So now what happens is when he calls her, she hasn't heard from him in a while, and she's probably thinking about him, and she's actually glad to hear from him. And because he's actually doing things in real life, because he actually is that high value guy, she feels that energy when he's interacting with her, even on the phone or just in person, because he's actually doing things. He's actually busy. He actually has things going on. So it's not that he was sitting there pretending to be busy, then waiting to call her. He actually waited to call her because he was doing other things, and then he got around to calling her. See, the ironic part about pretending to be high value in order to get the girl is that when you're interacting with her, because you've been thinking about her the whole time, because you planned on when to call her, right? That shows that you've basically been a needy bitch, you understand what I'm saying? Trying to do all of these things to get her. Because if you say to yourself, let's say, for example, you try to, I guess, you text some girl, you trying to holler at her or whatever, right? And let's say she doesn't respond to you back. Now, if you do something like say, well, you know what? I'm going to wait like 2 weeks and then call her again. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got that shit in your calendar. You thinking about her for the next, 2 weeks. And the day finally arrives when you're supposed to call her. Do you realize that you've wasted 2 weeks? You understand what I'm saying? Planning on pretending to be high value for this girl. Right? So all that energy is going to be conveyed when you're trying to text her or call her or go out on a date with her or whatever the fuck you're doing. Because you actually aren't that guy. You understand? You're like the type of person who pretends to be, about that gangster shit. Like you pretend like you're about that life. And then when it comes down to you actually being in the situation, you bitch up because you really not about that life. So you get exposed. Same thing happens when you're pretending to be high value. When you pretend to be high value, you get exposed because when you're in front of that girl and when you're interacting with her, she's going to see that you're not that guy because you don't know what you don't know what to do. You're just there pretending the whole time. So when it comes down to actually being that dude in person, making it happen, it ain't gonna happen. Why? Because you're not him. You feel what I'm saying? You're not him. So you guys have to stop pretending to be high value. Just stop that shit. Just actually be high value, meaning actually do things in your life. Be on your purpose. Get shit popping. Talk to different women. Actually be busy. Make things happen in your life. Because what's gonna happen is that while you're interacting with these women, you coming at them with a different energy. You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to pretend to be high value, well, let me wait and I'll call her 5 days from now, and then I'm gonna, if she doesn't pick up, then I'm gonna wait another 2 days. I'm like, bruh, stop that. It's ridiculous. All right, so in 2019, stop this pretending to be high value, okay? So remember, number 5 was invest in yourself. Number 4 was take action. Number 3 is stop pretending to be high value. Now, number 2. The number 2 game rule for 2019 is stop paying for pussy. Okay? You guys need to stop paying for pussy. Okay? Stop doing it. Like, my God. Y'all see me put out a few of these. Shout out to my dude K-Zaggin20. K-Zaggin, we gonna have to do something like probably later, either this week or next week. But we definitely gonna get something going soon, man. Because I gotta get you on here. And everybody, I want everybody to subscribe to K-Zaggin20's channel. Okay, subscribe to that dude because K-Zaggin be spitting some real shit. But yeah, stop paying for pussy, guys. Let's stop doing that shit. And the reason why I'm saying that, there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't pay for the pussy. You feel me? But what a lot of guys don't understand is, and I did a few videos about this in the past weeks, and there was somebody who left a comment. I forgot the guy's name who left a comment, but he was talking about how he said he's been paying for pussy and it's been an addiction, and he was talking about how, him doing it, basically, he realized how whack it was. You feel what I'm saying? And, what guys don't understand is this. When you pay for pussy, you're not really, you can never really get, you know, you can never really get the like the type of sex that a woman who actually likes you would give you. You understand what I'm saying? So what I call it is you get bootleg sex. When you pay for pussy, you get bootleg sex. You understand what I'm saying? It's not it's not the sex from a woman that actually wants to have sex with you. And see, what you got to understand is that you're losing a portion of what makes the sex enjoyable. You understand? So, K Zaggy said paid sex is like dry sex. Pussy like a Brillo bag. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because what you got to understand is that part of what makes sex great is that part of it is mental. You understand what I'm saying? It's a mental thing. So yeah, you're actually doing something physical, but it's also a mental thing. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that when you're having sex with a woman and you're paying for it, right? She can't give you the type of energy that she would give a man she actually likes and actually desires. So therefore, since she can't do that in that situation, what happens is, since you know you're paying for it and she can't give you that desire because she's not really into you, she's doing it for the money, there's a whole other thing that's missing as far as the mental part of sex, which makes the sex even that more enjoyable. Okay, Zach, you said not only that, you're on a time limit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because see, there's a difference between, and this is what guys who pay for sex will never experience. You will never experience a woman authentically being pleased by your dick. You understand what I'm saying? Which in itself makes the sex more enjoyable for you, because remember, it's a mental thing. Because when you see a girl receiving pleasure by you doing what you're doing, that makes it even more enjoyable for you. You understand what I'm saying? That makes it more enjoyable for you. Now imagine you chilling with a girl and you fucking her and you paying for the shit, but she's pretending. If you're lucky, she might pretend that she's into it. But you still know she ain't really into it. In the back of your mind, you know she's not into it because you're paying her. Dr. Cuddles, you said they pay for it because they can't get it without money. They can get it without money. They just don't want to step up their game. They can get it without money. But dudes don't actually want to, put in any effort. So it is what it is. But this is what I'm saying. When you pay for sex, you're getting bootleg sex. You understand? And so you never get the actual enjoyment that you would get when you are having sex with a woman who wants to have sex with you. It's a totally different thing. It's a totally different thing. When a woman actually wants to have sex with you, right? That makes it that more enjoyable. This is why you got even these dudes who are incels. A lot of these dudes who are incels could actually just pay for sex. But from what I've seen and what I've heard on from these dudes on the internet who are incels, I've heard on many occasions where they actually don't want to pay for it. They actually want it to be a genuine experience. So imagine you have a guy who says he's an incel, like, oh, I can't get girls, I'm involuntary celibate, and he's still like, I don't want to pay for this shit. I want the real thing. I want her to actually want to fuck with me. And see, what they understand is, and what they know is that it's a much more enjoyable experience. You feel what I'm saying? So the most you can get when you pay for sex is bootleg sex. You see what I mean? And so this is why I'm telling you guys, stop paying. Because it's like, look, if you stop paying for sex, right, it's going to push you to actually step your game up. The reason why you don't step your game up is because you feel like, well, I got this easy way out just to pay for it. But when you pay for it, you're only getting the bootleg version. So you're still never going to get the version of the sex that is the most enjoyable. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You said, what about dudes paying for that girlfriend experience, though? That may be enough for some dudes. Yeah, some dudes do that too. But again, when you're paying for it, it's an illusion. You see what I'm saying? It's an illusion. K-Zach, you said getting that call or text from a chick saying she misses your dick will never happen with a chick you pay for sex. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Dudes will never experience that. They will never experience that. They don't understand. And see, this is funny because a lot of dudes will say, you know, because you know, when we talk about confidence, dudes will be like, oh, confidence is bullshit and you have to have success to be confident, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go down that route. All you guys who say you want confidence and want to build your confidence, cool. Let's go down that route where it's, you know, if you're dealing with a woman and a woman is telling you how much she miss your dick and how much she can't wait for you to fuck her and she's sending you sexy pictures, don't you think that will help build your confidence? Right? Because you can build your confidence with those things. I'm not saying you can't. I'm from the school of thought that, you know, you got to recognize confidence just within, period. But again, you can build your confidence through those things. So if you're always complaining, talking about, oh, confidence this, confidence that, and you think, oh, well, I ain't confident, so I can't. Listen, you're not going to be confident giving a chick money to fuck you. In fact, that lowers your confidence. That increases your insecurity. You understand? I've talked about this before. So when you step your game up and learn how to attract women, right, then you're going to be able to get women who want to actually have sex with you, who want to do fucking every and anything to you and with you and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Mayhorn, you said that bootleg version can be good too. There are hoes that put that work into having regulars. See, my thing is this. I'd rather masturbate than pay for pussy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? At least I ain't wasting my money. You understand? You're basically getting the same feeling. Because again, a lot of what makes the sex good and great is not your penis going in the hole. That's just the physical. You understand? Of course, that feels good too. But what it is that mental. Y'all not feeling me right now. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all not feeling me right. I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't listen. And the mental is so heavy. You understand? There's people who say that sex begins at hello. You ever heard that? You ever heard people talk about that? Where they say that sex begins at hello. Meaning, when you first start talking to the girl, that's when sex begins, because what it is that it's a whole combination of all of the things that went down to lead you to the point of actually having the sex. You understand? Part of what makes you like a woman who's cooperative is because on a mental level, you're like, oh shit, like this chick is listening to what I'm saying. She's following my program. She is following my lead, meaning that she is in direct harmony with your masculine. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's on her feminine. And this is why you're attracted to a girl like that more. You understand? Why is it that you could see a girl who's a 10 and then after you realize she's a bitch, you're like, oh, this chick is whack. And then you can see a girl who's a 6 or a 7, but her personality is on point. You'll like her more than the 10. Why? Because it's a mental thing. It's that energy. You feel a different way. You see what I'm saying? So that's number two. Number two is that you have to stop paying for pussy, guys. In 2019, stop paying for this motherfucking pussy. You understand? Now, the number one game rule for 2019, guys. The number one game rule is be honest with yourself and also the woman you deal with. All right? Be honest with yourself and the women you deal with. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Be honest with yourself and the women you deal with. Now, let me start with being honest with yourself. When I say be honest with yourself, what you have to do is that you have to take a hard look in the mirror and really, understand what's going on with you. And be extremely honest, because when you start being extremely honest, you'll really see what's going on, because most guys aren't honest with themselves. So, for example, a guy may say, man, fuck that shit, fuck these hoes is whack, I ain't trying to talk to these chicks, they corny, whatever, right? But honestly, if he was honest with himself, basically what he would say to himself is, the reason why I'm not talking to these chicks is because I'm scared. I'm scared of rejection, and I think that I can't get girls. That's being honest with yourself. Because he cares about getting chicks, but he's trying to rationalize, his fear. He's like, he wants to pretend he's not scared and pretend that he just don't want to fuck with chicks. Oh, they're just a waste of time. Fuck that. That's bullshit. You understand? So you got to be honest with yourself. So, for example, you may be not getting chicks. And if you're honest with yourself, you'd be like, damn, the reason why I'm actually not getting chicks is because I'm not going out and doing anything. I'm not going out and actually going hard. I'm not doing it. So what happens is when you're honest with yourself, you say, okay, this is what's really going on with me. And in order for me to, get shit going, I'm going to take calls in a second. In order for me to get shit going, I have to do A, B, and C. But you're not going to know what to do if you're not honest with yourself. You see what I mean? So you got to be honest with yourself. Now, when I say be honest with women, being honest with women is an extension of you being honest with yourself. Because how you going to be honest with yourself and then lie to women? That don't even make no sense. You see what I mean? So what happens is when I say be honest with women, it's about letting a woman know what you want in relation to her. You understand? In as far as dealing with her, period. So if you just trying to hook up, the things you say, the things you do, your whole energy, your whole vibe should be about you hooking up with her. You understand? So, and that's how you be honest with the chick. And that's how you get what you want faster. See, what dudes do is they'll say, oh, well, I can't be honest with this girl because she's not gonna, like my honesty. That's good. If a girl don't like how you come in at her being honest, that's a good fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? That's a good thing. If you're being honest with a chick and she don't like your honesty, that's a good thing. Because all that's saying is that chick is not for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Then what's going to happen is when you're honest, you're going to find girls who are for you. It's real simple. Like, you know how many, because, and also too, this is what you got to understand. When you're not honest with the chick, the energy and the reactions you're going to get from women are all going to be lies because you started off with a lie. So your whole interaction with her is a lie. You understand? So for example, you know, like for example, I'm married and I'm in an open relationship. If I took my ring off, right? Let's say I took my ring off, and on my Tinder profile, I was just pretending to be some single guy. I took my ring off every time I go to a bar and a club. I pretended to be a single guy, right? Would I be able to get girls? Of course. Would I probably be able to get girls who would have not gotten with me because they knew I was in an open relationship, and now because I'm pretending to be single, I get with them? Of course, I can get. If I was pretending to be single, there's a lot of girls that I didn't get that I could have got. But understand this. If I'm lying to them and acting like I'm single just to get with them, what's going to happen is that everything they do and say is in relation to my lie. You understand? So that means that she's going to act towards me like a woman is going to act towards a guy who she thinks is single. So if I'm just trying to hit, or if I'm just trying to be on some casual shit, or, you know, I'm not really trying to be in a situation where I'm not trying to get no extra like girlfriend or wife or whatever, right? Because I'm not trying to do that, what's going to happen is I'm going to run into conflict with this girl because she thinks I'm single because I lied to her. So now what's going to happen is she's going to be talking to me about, hey, how come I can't come see you? How come I can't come to your house? You know, what does this mean? Where's this going? Yada, yada, yada. All these extra things because I'm coming to her as a single guy and I'm lying to her. You see what I'm saying? So now I got to deal with her shit, with her talking all that stuff, and all that unnecessary energies coming my way because I lied. Versus if I keep my ring on and I go up and approach a girl in a bar and I say, yo, listen, what's good? You know, I'm gonna let you know I got a wife. I'm in an open relationship, but I'm digging you. So what's good? We should get together. You understand? So now she's coming. If she says yes and she wants to fuck with me, she's coming to me with the energy, right, of me being honest. So guess what's gonna happen? I don't got to deal with her talking about, hey, how come I can't come over your house and blah blah blah. She knows she can't because she knows the truth. I don't got to deal with her talking about, oh, how come we can't ever get married and you're not going to be my husband? I don't got to deal with that. Why? Because she knows the truth. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say is that when you're honest, there's a whole bunch of shit you don't have to deal with. But when you're dishonest with them, there's a whole bunch of shit you got to deal with because you came to them as somebody who you are not. And they're responding and reacting to you, to that guy you're pretending to be. So all of the drama and all of the bullshit that's going to occur, because it is going to occur, because the truth is going to come out at some point, that's all on you for lying in the first place. Exactly, Razar, the truth will set you free. That's all I be trying to tell these cats. But they too scared to be truthful. They're too scared to be honest. You understand? It's crazy. It's crazy. So those are the 5 things that you guys, the 5 game rules for 2019. All right, let me see what this is. Yeah, what's going on?
Hello, is that Mr. Locario?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Oh, hi there. My name's Jay. I'm calling from the UK.
All right, what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, nothing much. Today, just really this year.
What happened? Say it again.
I'm just listening.
You got a question or anything?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about approaching women.
Okay.
In public. Okay, what you're saying when you're saying you've got to approach as many women as possible.
Mm.
What I wanted to know was, is it normal for you just not to feel the women living in a particular location? I want to approach women, but at the same time, for some reason, I'm just not feeling them at all.
So you said, is it normal to not be feeling certain women in a specific location?
Yeah. I just, for some reason, for some reason, when I'm out and about, I just don't get that feeling like, oh, I want to hook up with this girl over there, or.
Well, yeah, maybe the spots, maybe the spots you're going to. Hold on. Maybe the spots you're going to events or, you know, parts of the town or wherever where the girls aren't that hot. You feel what I'm saying?
Maybe. But I'm like an Uber driver, you see, so I'm like out and about everywhere. But I'm just, for some reason, I'm just not getting that feeling.
And so why? And so
normal,
and so what is it? What is it about the women that you're not feeling though?
They're just not they're just not in shape. Just like wear lots of makeup. You know when they like wear loads of makeup and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you this: so where are you going? Do you go to bars? Do you go to clubs? Like where do you go to see these women?
I work a lot, so I just see them when I do a lot of work on Uber, so I just.
So you're talking about girls you only see who get into your Uber?
Well, not only into my Uber, just out and about, just because I do the eats, so you know.
No, but this is my question. My question is this is my question. My question is where are you going though? Do you go to bars on the weekend? Do you go to clubs? Like where are you going?
I don't like being around drunk people, so I don't go to bars. I don't go to clubs.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So this is what I'm saying. You're saying that you're not seeing the type of women you want, but you're not expanding your horizons to actually see more women. You got to go and see more women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And the thing is,
I know what you mean.
Right, and the thing is, if you don't like bars and clubs, that's cool. Find out if there's events going on in your city, or find out if, you know, different parts of your city or your area, like, you know, parks or whatever it is that have a good population of people, and then you got to do that, because the thing is this, is that what you want is there in abundance, but if you're saying, well, I don't like bars and clubs, you're cutting off like half the women you could meet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I mean, over here, like the women just get like drunk really, really easily all the time. You know, really, really tipsy and that, and so it's like you want to approach them, but
it's the thing. Every girl that you meet at a bar is not going to be drunk and tipsy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know it's not going to be every single girl, but you know, it's just like, you know, the music's loud and you know, it's hard to get a conversation going, and there's fights going on and stuff like that, and people shouting, yelling, screaming. It's like the wild, wild west.
It sound like to me that you might have a whole bunch of excuses as to why you're not getting what you want. Because this is the thing: if you're saying, and this is what you got to understand, if the more narrow, you understand, your goal is, right, the harder you have to work. You understand? So what I mean is that you're calling and you're saying, well, I'm not finding women that I'm finding that attractive, or I'm not into them, or whatever like that. So what that's saying to me is that you might have a, you know, more of a different taste, or your taste is very very narrow, meaning that you have a small percentage of women that you may be into or attracted to. So therefore, because you have that, unless you know a specific place where those women are going to hang out, you have to broaden your search, and then find those types of girls. You see what I'm saying? But if you're saying, well, I'm not finding women that I'm attracted to, and on top of that, I don't want to go to a bar or a club, then it's like, bro, you're making it, you know, it harder for you in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Because I want to know. I want to know where do you, okay, you say you don't go to bars and clubs, right?
No, I don't know.
So where do you go to meet women?
I only meet women when I'm at work, when I'm working.
So you only meet women when they get into your Uber?
Right now. Yeah, right now. Right now. I mean, I did join a few like dance clubs, though. Kizomba clubs.
And see, this is what I'm saying. You gotta, bro. This is what I'm saying. You have to do more. You have to get out more. You feel what I'm saying? You have to go to more things.
Right.
And it's the thing. There's other things besides bars and clubs. You can go to events. You can talk to different people who throw parties, or other people have gatherings. Try online dating. You have to try as many things as you can in order to widen your spectrum, so that you would have a better chance of finding the type of women you like. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. That's your main issue. You see what I'm saying? Because even like this, even the fact that you don't like bars and clubs, because me personally, I don't like clubs at all. Like, I like bars more than clubs. But if I'm saying I want to find a large number of hot women to talk to, I'll probably go to the club. You feel what I'm saying? If that's available to me, or I'll find a club that I like, because all clubs and all bars aren't the same. But what I'm saying is that you're gonna have to. It's like this. You're gonna have to either find other areas or avenues to find women. You feel what I'm saying? Or you're gonna have to expand your reach of where you're gonna be able to find women. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like my dude Pavion Photo in the chat room, aka Miles, he said ask girls in your Uber about parties and events coming up. You feel what I'm saying? So that you'll know other things popping off, and then you could go to those things.
Oh, okay. I do the Super Eats I work for.
Say that again?
I said I work for Uber Eats.
Okay.
Have you heard of Uber Eats?
All right, yeah. Well, if you work for them and then you getting, and so the Uber Eats, you don't pick up people, you just pick up food?
Yeah.
Damn, so how are you, so you said you meet women on your job, so how you meet these women then?
Well, I just take the food, I go to McDonald's, I pick up the food from McDonald's, and just knock on the doors on the houses.
So you're saying you meet these women when you knock on their door and give them their food? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do you have a conversation with them? What do you do when you give them the food?
I just I give them the food and just say, hey, what's up? How's it going?
Bruh, come on, bruh. You're killing me right now. Bro, get your ass to the nearest bar and club tonight, bro. Like, stop it. What are you doing? You're not meeting anyone. This is what I'm saying. You're not meeting anybody. You got to meet people, man. You got to actually look, man. When you're not working, you feel what I'm saying? You got to meet people. You feel what I'm saying? And even if when you are working, even when you hand her the food, still ask her, yo, hey, do you know of any parties or events happening in the city? Just say that. So you gotta look, man. You gotta get more involved in this shit, because you're saying, well, I'm not seeing any women that I like and blah blah blah, but you're not even participating in the game right now. You see what I'm saying? You gotta participate, bruh. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
All right, bro. Go out there and make that happen, and hit me back. Hit me back next week and let me know what's going on with you, man. All right.
All right, cool.
All right,
cool,
peace. Later. Yeah, man. You guys gotta do stuff, man. That's what I was saying. Like, this is the fourth thing I said on the list. You gotta take action. You see what I'm saying? A lot of dudes, they're not really taking action. Oh God, it's like a million people calling right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the deal, bro?
Chilling.
What's going on, man?
I'm getting ready for this party tonight, son.
Oh shit. What's going on, man?
About to get these numbers and holler at these boys. You feel me?
I feel you, man.
Wait, so I want to know what the 5 rules were.
Okay, so the 5 rules were, the 5th rule was invest in yourself. So I was talking about dudes gotta actually invest in the game so that they, you know what I'm saying, so that they can step it up and not try to get all this free shit all the time.
Right, like get on the bad boy membership.
Exactly, right. And then the fourth one,
he'll get some books.
right. And so
Right.
the fourth rule was take more action. And this is what I'm kind of telling this dude I was just on the phone. I'm like, bro, you got to take more action. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Number 3 is stop pretending to be high value. You feel what I'm saying? Actually be high value. Actually do shit in your life. You feel what I'm saying? So that you are that guy. You know what I'm saying? The second rule was stop paying for pussy. And then the first rule was be honest.
What was number 3?
No, number 3 was stop pretending to be high value. That's number 3.
Oh, okay, right. All right, gotcha.
Number 2, stop paying for pussy. And then number 1 is be honest with yourself and be honest with the women you deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Yeah, man. So that's the shit right there, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So,
I got rule number 0, son.
Right. What's the next one?
Number 0 is women are more interested in what you think of yourself than what you think of them.
Real talk. Facts.
Shout out to Eddie Fuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he said that this year too. You know what I'm saying? But I've always been saying this as well because it's like these cats. One of the main, like your man with the Uber Eats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He sound like he sound like he's not participating because he don't think he got what it takes type shit.
Right.
But that's what it's about. It's about if you think you the shit, then you'll find other people to think you're the shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if you thinking and acting like you not the shit, then ain't nobody gonna look at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like what you think of your think about what you think of yourself is so important. Like I said this on another live stream. I was telling cats before you go out, like fuck it. Like I mean, it sounds corny, but shower, get dressed, put on that cologne, and check yourself out in the mirror.
Having
You know Like literally do this. Like it's an action step to get you in the vein of having a higher opinion of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Facts.
So then once you go out and you in the club, you in the bar, you in wherever you at, you at a party, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have a certain feeling of yourself before before anybody could even look at you, and then that energy and that vibe will reverberate, and the chicks will start to follow you.
Mm-hmm. And that's important because you want to build yourself up and have that feeling, that energy, just regardless, when it comes to you in the game, because this is the thing. What guys gotta understand is that again, when you talk about game is strategy. You understand? Having game is strategy. Having game in is having a strategy of how you're going to get things done. But this is what guys gotta understand. This is why I'll be talking about the whole lying and all that other bullshit. The way you strategize says something about your self-esteem. You understand? So a lot of times when dudes have a strategy of lying or pretending to be high value and all that other shit, basically what that's saying is off the bat you have low self-esteem. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that when you have the high self-esteem, just like you said, you looking in the mirror, you checking yourself out, you got your shit popping off, you got that feeling, you feeling good about yourself. And so what happens is that when you interact with a chick, what do you have to lie for? Because what you have is so high and so valuable. Why would you need to lie about that? You only need to lie when what you got ain't what you pretending is. You know what I'm saying? You pretending what you have is some other shit when it's some other stupid shit. It's like if I have a suitcase with $1 million in the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to give this suitcase to somebody, right? I don't gotta lie and pretend about anything because I know that you're gonna want this suitcase filled with $1 million, right? But if I'm supposed to give you $1 million, but I only got $10 in there, I'm gonna have to pretend and lie and be like, well, let's not open this suitcase right now, or let's talk about something else, or I gotta be on some other shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Don't worry about what's in the
Exactly. Don't worry about that. Like you're gonna be on that other shit. And so that's what I'm saying. A lot of dudes who got that lying mentality, what it is that they feel that from the jump that they're not confident enough to actually be who they are. Period. They're not confident enough to be what it is. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
Right.
that's the crazy part.
Right.
You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna tell you something. That's why a lot of niggas gravitate to that type of mentality, that type of philosophy, because the real truth is that these cats out here, they don't have a high opinion of themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if we want to be 100%, like that's really what it is. That's why these niggas love to hear, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what these bitches do. Because
Right,
blah,
right.
blah, blah. And it's like, why you wanna stoop to the level of the bitches?
Right,
You understand what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like you gotta behave a certain way and make the bitches step up to your level.
Exactly. Thank you.
niggas-
Exactly.
Niggas don't even care about what level they on. They just want pussy. Like I don't give a fuck. Like just give me the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what's going on. I just need that pussy. And they don't understand that you don't necessarily have to put a bitch on a pedestal. You understand? Because when you put yourself low, then everybody else is already on a pedestal higher than you.
Exactly. Facts. And then
That's what these niggas don't understand. They're putting themselves
Right.
that low. They lying, cheating, stealing, fucking doing whatever they got to do because they feel that thing that they trying to get is higher than they are.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right. And that's exactly why dudes is scared to give women validation. Or they're like, well, don't give her validation because then she's gonna, diss you or do this and do that. Because the fact of you saying, well, I'm gonna consciously, even though I think this girl's hot, I'm not gonna tell her she's hot because I need for her to think I don't like her, so that will in turn make her feel insecure and maybe chase me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But the reason why you had to take that step in the first place is because you, from the beginning, you thought you wasn't shit. You see what I'm saying? Because if you think you the shit, because this is what you gotta understand. When you have so much value and you think that you're the shit and you're like, yo, because it's almost like this. If you're a rich dude, if you have millions and millions of fucking dollars, right? What happens is either they gonna take it away with taxes, a lot of your shit, or you gonna have to give that shit to charity or something. The fact is, because you have so much, you gotta give it away. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you have so much confidence, you're like, I'm gonna emulate. I'm gonna put this out in the world. I'm gonna put that energy out because that's what I'm about. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and like try to act like this or pretend this way or try to front for you, and it's fucking stupid. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, and that's the part that dudes don't get. It's like, again, and this is why I said that your strategy will dictate your self-esteem. It's showing where your self-esteem is at. You see what I'm saying? It shows where your self-esteem is at. And unfortunately, you got a lot of dudes out there because this is what I like about our audience. Our audience is mostly, you understand? Because there's some cats that still need to, get their shit straight or whatever. But our audience is mostly dudes who have a healthy level of self-esteem. You feel what I'm saying? You got other cats out there that gravitate to the nonsense, but mostly dudes who have a high level of self-esteem. So they understand that, okay, in order for me to really get what I want, I actually just have to be authentically myself. And then I'm going to attract exactly what I want. This is what we've been teaching for the past fucking 10 years. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
Right. Because the thing, and the thing that niggas don't understand is that you can get the chicks you want being yourself. Because if you're comfortable, see the thing that niggas, everybody, a lot of niggas think is like, well, if I tell a girl this, then she's gonna get turned off, right? But what you don't understand is that it's not what you tell a bitch that gets her turned off. It's how you tell her. Because here's what it is.
Right.
If I tell a bitch, yeah, I'm seeing other bitches. Yeah, I'm fucking other bitches. Right.
Right.
But I tell her that with confidence and a certain type of attitude where it's like, that's a given, and I'm comfortable with that.
Right.
If she sees that you're comfortable with that, then guess what? She's gonna be comfortable with that too if she's feeling your vibe. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But if your vibe is fake, then what is she really feeling? She's not really feeling nothing. That's why in the short term, you might get this shit, a few of these bitches and get some pussy, yeah. But in the long term, being who you are, or not being who you are, you're not gonna really get what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because when these bitches found out you was lying, that's when they get the fucking throwing bricks through your fucking car window and standing by your fucking apartment door waiting for your ass.
Exactly.
With they butch lesbian girlfriends trying to beat your ass and all this type of different shit. So, you better off like, no, yeah, bitch, I'm seeing other women. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking other chicks.
Right.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know what's the crazy part is that when you're like that, right, chicks respect you more, and then you have less drama. You understand?
Exactly.
Because what happens with women is that women don't give a fuck about you dealing with other women. They care about being deceived. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what it is. Because understand that women, you have to understand that most of the guys that they've dealt with, you understand, they're getting some type of deception from these dudes. So what happens is that when you come through and then you pretend, especially to be that perfect motherfucker, oh yeah, it's just me and you, girl, and I love you and this and this and that, and then she find out there's some other shit. Like I wouldn't want to be you at that point. You feel what I'm saying? Because when a woman is emotional, you can't reason with her. You understand?
Right.
So basically, you just wrote yourself a ticket. You understand what I'm saying? That it's gonna be a wrap for your ass. You see what I mean? So to me, and this is what I always try to teach. I try to teach you guys to get exactly what you want in the most timely fashion, the most effective way, and with the least amount of drama. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what's the point of getting sex when it comes with a chick fucking, stalking you or keying up your car or, going to your job or doing some other crazy shit because you weren't man enough to just tell her the truth.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's it.
It's crazy.
That's it, man. That's it. But, y'all don't want to take up too much time. I know it's going to be like the last live stream before the end of the year, so I just wanted to call in, give my little 2 cents, you feel me?
That's what's up.
And tell everybody Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's try to put ourselves on the pedestal this year. You feel
Exactly.
me? You know what I'm saying? Put yourself on the fucking pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you telling the girl she look good, like do it in a certain type of way where you look good. Like say you look good to me.
Exactly.
I want to see you naked in my bedroom.
Exactly.
Tonight. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want you in my frame because a problem with it with why these guys are scared to quote unquote give chicks validation and all that shit is because when they give chicks validation or when they compliment a chick, they're giving everything to the chick.
Exactly. Right.
But the point of the matter is you have to give her the compliment in reference to you and how you see it. You understand?
Facts.
So when you feel like you want to tell a chick she look good, let her know that you think she look good and you want her in your situation. I want you to be with me because you look fine as shit.
Right.
And bitches that look that fine need to be in my frame.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how because when guys give compliments these days, it's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful and you're so this and they're looking at the bitch like she's a fucking painting on a wall. Like,
right.
No, you're beautiful because I think you're beautiful.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You a bad bitch because when I look at you, I see certain things about you that would go with what I'm trying to do. You understand? But niggas be forgetting what they trying to do and they just, oh, you so pretty.
Right.
God.
And then also too, they forget their value as men because understand if I'm going up to a girl and I talk to her because 90% of the time when I approach a chick and I'm talking to her, I already compliment her with what I'm doing in the situation and I'll for example go up to a girl and I'll be like, yo man, you look sexy as shit. That's why I came over here. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to see what's popping with you. So what happens is she's looking at me like, oh shit, this cool motherfucker is talking to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of dudes approach women as, oh, well, I'm going to pretend this and I'm going to pretend that so that she thinks this and she think you're already approaching her thinking she don't like you, which is why you're doing all the fuckery. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? Like, again, low self-esteem strategies, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Ridiculous.
Right. I mean, there's a difference between telling the girl she look good and telling the girl she look good to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's a difference between telling the girl, I'm surprised that you're single, right? And you need to be with me.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You're really saying the same thing, but in one of them, you're speaking the same shit, but you're speaking it in reference to you and what you want. You understand? It's like, damn, girl, I'm surprised that you're single because you're so fine.
Right.
And then it's like, damn, girl, you're so fine. You need to be fucking with a nigga like me.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
But a lot of niggas they don't have the guts to say shit like that. And it's like, yo, you're not gonna have the guts to say shit like that until you really believe that you're that dude, that you're that nigga, that you're that guy, that cool fucking guy that you need to be fucking with.
It's just like what your man Will Smith said. Remember what he said about Jada Pinkett when he got with her?
Right.
He said he called her up and said, what he said to her, are you single or some shit?
No, he was like, are you seeing anyone?
Right.
Nah. And he was like, well, you're seeing me now.
Right. He said, he called up and said, yo, you seeing anybody? She's like, nah. He's like, well, you seeing me now. I was like, that's some player ass shit. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole different, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's letting her know, this is why I'm fucking calling you and talking to you. Because I'm telling you.
Let me give you an example, son. I got a chick's number the other day.
Right.
I got a chick's number the other day. I was at a wedding, and it was one of the bridesmaids, bad as shit, right? And I was dropping little feeds throughout the course of the day or whatever. But then we was at the reception and she wasn't dancing, right?
Right.
So I went up to her and I said, yo, what you doing over here not dancing? I said, is this what you're gonna do when I take you out?
Right.
And she was like, what? I was like, so, I'm a nigga that loves to dance. So when I take you out, are you just gonna not dance and shit?
Right.
And like, well, I kind of like to dance. And I said, I just started yippee-yapping. I just took up my phone and said, yo, put your number in my phone. And she did that shit.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So, and again, I gave her a compliment because I let her know I want to take her out and all that shit. But I did it in reference to me. I'm like, yo, is that how you gonna act when I take you out?
Exactly. And that's a whole different frame of mind because you're already telling you're not even asking her anything really. You're telling her. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. I'm letting her know, like, yo, when I take you out, you gonna have to do some dancing because I love music, I love to dance. But I'm letting her know about me and what my program is. You know
exactly.
But you can't gotta develop your program. You gotta develop your shit. You gotta get your self-esteem up. You gotta think more of yourself. Think more of yourself in 2019. The truth is inside you, my fellas.
Exactly.
Your man Mob Cunningham out.
All right, peace, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right,
later. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, guys. Man, you gotta shit. It's I'm telling you, when you on top of your shit with this confident shit, bro. To my DJ Batman, to my don't be validating no women. Y'all on some goofy shit. That's what, don't be on that goofy shit. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's popping?
Mr. Locario. I just want to say, like, I really need to start.
Wait. Hold on. Who is this? Is this Dr. Cuddles?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, who is this? We ain't gonna have no long ass crazy shit today, but go ahead. What's on your mind, bro? What's going on?
Nah, man. I just, I do respect you because, like, if you're, taking your time out of your day just to take phone calls and stuff and help, guys who are struggling, then, like, I really, like, appreciate that and I want to respect you for that.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
But I think if, you're doing this type of service, I need to at least be more honest with you and, like, tell you, like, what the actual, like, problems are. I just can't even, like, I think I've done probably 4 or 5 approaches throughout my whole life. Because that was usually like more like circumstantial. Like I already knew the like girls beforehand. Like I talked.
Wait. So hold on. Let's back it up. You said you only did 4 or 5 approaches in your whole life.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm just way too nervous. Like, you know, even when I'm in the gym, and like I think they get nervous because they can see my nervousness, but I don't really look away though. Like I was telling you, like they look away probably because they just don't know what the heck is like up with me. But no, I'm just.
Well, this is the thing, man. Again, because earlier when I was talking about the 5-game rules for 2019, one of them was take action, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And part of what's going on with you is that you have been assuming what is going to happen versus actually taking action to see what will happen. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's not even that. It's that I'm just scared to like tell somebody how I actually feel. Like I'm one of those people who just hides their feelings and doesn't like express themselves.
Right, but this is what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is because you just said that you only talk to 5 women. You see what I'm saying? And how old are you?
I'd say about, yeah.
How old are you again?
22.
Okay, you're 22. Now you said you've only.
And here's the thing: like all the guys I talk to at the gym, at my school and stuff, I just lie to them. Like I'm too embarrassed to tell them that I've gone 3 years without sex.
Well, it's the thing. You don't have to worry about any of that. Like I feel like you're worried about the wrong things. Like you're worried about being embarrassed. Don't worry about none of that shit. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. All that you need to focus on, right, is because all that stuff is a distraction. All those things you talk about, being embarrassed, the fact that you only talk to like 4 or 5 girls, all that other stuff, that's distracting your mind from you focusing on what you should be doing. And what you should be doing, first of all, is that you have to understand your value. You got to understand you're valuable, man, because you keep saying this thing about, oh, I don't know if these girls are going to like me. This girl might not. Forget about them. Understand what makes you interesting. Understand what makes you important. Understand what makes you, like, you know what I'm saying, like an interesting guy. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is, you got to get off of this thing where you keep saying you think this is what it is. You said you think that, that the girls are nervous.
I just use that as an excuse.
Say it again?
It covers up like my anxiety and stuff that I actually have. And
right, and that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look. What I would suggest for you to do is this, man. Is that take all of this slow. Take it one day at a time. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you was to try to talk to one girl a day, just to say hi, something. Because you have to get yourself in motion.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like, I've just been, when I approach, I kind of just talk normally, just try to, I can barely do that, though. Like, it still gets awkward.
Right, and of course it's going, and this is what you got to understand, that's going to happen. You got to go through that. Don't worry about it being awkward. Don't worry about girls not wanting to talk to you. Don't worry about girls walking away. Don't worry about none of that shit, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to happen. You're gonna walk up to girls. They're gonna. Some of them are gonna ignore you. Some of them are probably gonna be mean to you. So, but also on the flip side, there's gonna be some girls who are gonna smile when you talk to them. There's gonna be some girls who are gonna actually want to have a conversation with you.
No, yeah, I'll admit that too. Like I've lied to you about that. Like,
damn, all this lying, Dr. Cuddles. Why?
Girls actually smile at me. There was a redhead who works at the gym at UMass. Like, she's always smiling at me. Like, when I'm on the deadlift platform, like benching, I'll look over, I see her smile at me.
And did you ever talk to her?
To go up to them. That's what it is.
So you never talked to her?
Not really. No. I think I said something to her and I just kind of walked away.
So you say you walked up to her and said something to her and just walked away?
Well, like a few words. Like, I just asked her, because I recently lost my security job, so I just asked her, like, are you guys hiring or anything? And then, like, she's like, hold on.
Hey, what's going on in the back, bro?
Yeah, I just asked, like, are you guys hiring? And he said, oh no, talk to the it's like the guy who's like the manager there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. That was it pretty much.
So you said that. Hold on. So you said that. What is that in the background, bro? You got a lot of shit going on in the background. No, but this is what's good that's going on is that you're realizing this is what's going on. You're realizing that your perception isn't necessarily the reality. You understand what I'm saying? This is what needs to happen. And so, what I would say to you is, oh my God, you got a lot of shit going on. I'm gonna cut you off. Dr. Cuddles, I'm gonna cut you off. Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off for a second so I can let people, so you can hear on the regular stream. All right, I'm gonna cut you off, all right, because it's too much noise. All right, I have to cut off Dr. Cuddles for a second. So basically, Dr. Cuddles, this is what you need to do, man. I'm glad that you're being honest. I'm glad that you're letting us know, like, yo, this is what's been going on. You feel what I'm saying? But hold on, I'm gonna take pause in a second. But what you would need to do is that you need to be able to push through all the things that you're doing now and be okay with, the rejection. Be okay with feeling what you're feeling so that you can actually get better, so that you can actually make progress. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to realize there's going to be other girls out there who's going to actually like you, who's going to be feeling you, who's going to want to talk to you, who's going to want to interact with you. Because like you said, you only talk to 4 or 5 girls. That's not enough. You need to talk to more girls to actually see the reality of the situation. You see what I'm saying? All right, let me see this. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
So, no, what you were saying earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
About the knowledge and whatnot.
Right.
Because I've been watching for a year now, bro. I just turned 22, right?
All right, that's what's up.
And so I'm realizing that you can have all the knowledge in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You can have all these things going for yourself and reading a whole bunch of seducing books and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to use that knowledge. So if you have all this knowledge and you're like, oh, no, I'm reading all these books and I can get girls, but then you're not actually doing it, what is the knowledge worth?
Right,
it's not
right.
worth anything.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of dudes got to take action, man. You know what I'm saying?
So this is what we have to do, right? I've been realizing that we as beings, we have to master what we're going after.
Mm-hmm.
So once you try to master yourself, once you try to work on yourself, then you can start working on other aspects of what you want to be doing in life, like seducing or PUAs and stuff like that. You have to work on yourself first, man. Because if you don't, that's going to show on other things in life that you're trying to, you know what I'm saying, get to. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And see, this is what I keep trying to tell guys is that a lot of stuff that you're going to learn is going to be through your own experience. You see what I'm saying? So
exactly.
so us as coaches, we give you guys the basics, the guidelines, the best practices, certain things that's going to help you out so that you have that knowledge within you. And then you go out there and you interact with these women and you say, okay, well, I notice when I do this happens, or when I do more of this happens. I know this is the type of girls that's into me. I know this is the type of girls I like. All that comes from you putting yourself out there. And unfortunately, a lot of these dudes, like you said, they watch this stuff, they read the books, but they don't go out there and they don't take action. They don't practice. They don't, talk to women, because you still have to become. It's almost like this: when you get the knowledge, you feed your mind, and then you know certain things to do and say whatever it is. But when you're actually in the situation, right? It's almost like if you're in a boxing ring. The boxer, when he's moving in the ring with the other opponent, he realizes certain moves and certain things he has to do to block and a punch and a jab or whatever. When he does it in the training room is different than when he's doing it in the ring. So there's things that he learns in the ring that he's not going to learn by just, boxing in the gym. You feel what I'm saying? With the punching bag. It's a totally different thing. So that's what dudes got to understand when it comes to this game is you got to go out there and do shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what it is,
That's what I'm trying to say. It's matter of fact, like I go by Indigo TV over there on YouTube.
Okay, that's what's up.
And this is what I'm trying to say. Without experience, you know what I'm saying? You're never gonna have experience if you don't go for it. So you can watch videos all day long, but see, the videos aren't gonna give you experience. Experience is what's gonna make you grow and prosper in that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I'll be trying to tell people, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? The books is knowledge is just knowledge, but it's useless if you don't put it to use.
Exactly, and that's all
what
it
I'm
is,
trying
man.
to tell people, bro.
That's all it is, man. But yo, man, I appreciate the call. I appreciate you letting these cats know what the game is. You feel me?
For sure, man.
Right,
you already know, Mr. Locario, man. Go
Appreciate
subscribe to that Bad Boy
That's
membership
what's up.
club.
Appreciate it, bro. All right, mahalo.
All right.
All right. You, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Carlos? How's it going, man?
I'm chilling. What's the deal?
My name is George Watson. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, man.
All right, what's going on with you?
Last time I spoke to you, man, you really helped me out, man. You really helped me out with this situation. And, I've been watching your videos. I've watched you in a couple guys do how to set the game up.
Oh, you sound like you in a thunderstorm. What's going on with you, bro? You sound like you.
Oh, man, where I work by the train station. Man.
Okay, cool. So what's good with you?
Well, like I said, I appreciate what you do, man. You really helped me set my game up. One thing I'm starting to learn with women, man, this shit is a lot. This shit is a whole lot. Like, they definitely think differently than us. They usually think, like, women like, what the hell? They like, why can't she reason with me and shit?
Right.
They're always looking at shit from an emotional perspective and shit like that. And, like, I just got out of a bad breakup, too, that you kind of helped me go through. I was focusing on, like, my purpose and shit like that.
Right.
And, like, she had problems with that shit. So, I think last time I spoke to you, you and a bunch of great people I surrounded myself with, they advised me, like, to let her go because, your purpose, that shit should come first.
Oh, yeah,
Got
definitely.
that, she got a spot and shit. So, I appreciate that, bro.
That's what's up,
my
man.
question, I just got a question, bro. Sometimes I still feel the breakups and shit. That's probably because I'm a little still emotionally, like, attached and shit. But hopefully I'll find somebody better who can take care of that. My question to you is this. I worked at this gym, right? And there's this guy I know. And, like, a guy and another customer I know, they've lost a lot of weight and shit because they both been through bad breakups and shit. And, like, this guy, he runs a successful business now. And this girl, she lost, like, 103 pounds. Like, it seemed like they really focused on themselves, but they use their breakups as motivations. That's my question. Can you really use, like, a breakup as motivation and shit to reach your purpose? Because I don't want to turn into that guy that's, like, necessarily trying to get back.
Right.
I don't think that's a grown thing to do. Some shit though.
Right. I mean, well, the thing is, you could use, a lot of things for motivation. You know what I'm saying? You could use that for motivation if you want, but the only thing about that is that when you do that, sometimes you still hold on to the issue. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say, so you're right. So if you're like, damn, I'm upset at this breakup, and then you say, oh, I'm gonna just, like for them, they probably hit the gym, and the gym could be a distraction from them or trying to get, from them trying to get over the breakup. But it's good that they got in shape. But what it is that, you don't want to always use necessarily those issues for the motivation. It could help, but you don't want to necessarily make that be the thing. Because the thing is, you want to be, and there's nothing wrong with feeling the feelings of a breakup, and you have those feelings, you want to let it pass. The thing is that when you use that for the motivation, you sort of hold on to the breakup. You see what I'm saying? Because then it becomes about that. You see what I mean? So that's the thing. So, but at any moment, you could sort of let that go, meaning you can let go of that energy or that feeling. And the reason why people sort of hold on to it is because they're not really living in the moment. They're not really enjoying what's happening with them now, or even looking forward to other bigger and better things. So what I would say is, when it comes to that breakup stuff, is that you're gonna feel the feelings when it's happening, and it is what it is. But at the same time, you don't want to keep holding on to that, because then it's stopping you from like really moving forward. And as far as the motivation is, a lot of times you want to be able to be motivated through your own yourself. Meaning, you might say, you know what, damn, like I realize that I've been slacking here, so you know what, I gotta get up and do this because I noticed I was doing that before. So it should be more about you versus some other shit that happened, outside of you with all that other nonsense. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you might say, I'm motivated because, like, I noticed that I got a raise and I made more money this quarter, so I'm motivated to start my own business because I see how much making more of this money helped out. You feel what I mean? So it's something based off of you to motivate you versus being motivated through other shit. Just like how you might have, sometimes people say they'll be motivated to be successful because they want to get back at somebody or they want to prove something to other people. They want to be like, oh, watch when I get my money up, this girl gonna be sweating me, or watch when this happened, my ex-girl gonna see me on Instagram. And you don't want to do none of that shit because now you're doing it through that and you hold on to that bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Right.
So it's like finding the source or something like. Well, the thing is, Mr. Cario, I mean, well, the thing is, when I spoke to these two individuals, they got results. This girl lost 130 pounds and shit, though. She said when she lost weight, she didn't necessarily, run back at her ex. And when he finally had his business running and shit, some shit with an app and shit, he finally got his business running and shit, but he didn't necessarily communicate with his ex. He just wanted to use her as, as motivation, and shit like that. That's the main issue. I don't think he was necessarily trying to, hit her up like, look at my business, it's successful now.
Right. But what I'm saying is, but that's the thing. What I'm saying is, you want to be careful of that because even though he wasn't directly saying, "Oh, I want her to see me how I am now," but if he's just using that, if he's using the situation with her or the breakup or whatever it was, for his motivation, you have to understand that he's keeping that. He's holding on to that. You understand what I'm saying? And when you hold on to that type of stuff, what it does is that he lost the weight, he got fit, so he got a result of actually losing the weight. But what the cost of him losing the weight was that he actually, is in a mental state where he's still holding on to that pain. You see what I'm saying? And so that, you see what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So it's almost like, because this is the thing, people have this thought where they'll say, because we even talk about this with sex, where guys will be like, yeah, I'm gonna just do whatever to get the pussy. It's like, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, that's not really healthy. Because what happens is that now you're doing things that you got the thing, you got the result, but what did you have to do to get it? It's the same way where I could say, I want to get a whole bunch of money, but if I rob a bank, I can get the money, but what did I have to do to get this money? I had to rob. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good thing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, he got that fit body, but what did he have to do to get that? He had to go through that pain over and over again and focus on that in order to get that, which isn't necessarily healthy for him in the long run, because the more healthy way to think of it is to, feel the pain when it happens as far as you breaking up, but not hold on to the pain as something as a crutch to feel motivated to do things. Because then now what's going to happen is you're also conditioning yourself to think, I can't be motivated unless I have this other thing outside of me to motivate me, versus I'll just motivate myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you see what I mean? So it's a whole different thing. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what it is, man.
Be careful using this shit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is, people don't realize that, because people think, okay, well, I'm doing this and then I'm getting this result out of doing this. But what happens is that there's certain things that occur because of you doing that for that result. Just like somebody might say, you know what, I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm just gonna starve myself. It's like, yeah, you'll lose weight, but is that a healthy way to lose weight? You see what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be fast, Mr. Carter, because I know you have customers online. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. What necessarily with me was this shit happened around Valentine's Day or some shit. Like she dumped my ass right afterwards. I tried the usual begging and pleading. That shit still works. So I had to notice that. But the thing is, like, what led to the breakup anyway was me focusing on like the purpose and shit. And like she was like we didn't have enough time anymore, so let's cut the shit off. So I tried to use so I gave her the Valentine's Day gift, and like she still dumb my ass. And I found out she lined up some dude behind my back and shit towards the end of the breakup. I'm like, oh shit, and got pregnant by him too. I just found out she got pregnant by him. So So that's kind of my situation. So it did fuck with me for a bit, but I guess that's the overall question. Like, that kind of motivated me to, like, work on myself and shit. Because there's times, I'll be honest with you, there's times I would use it to, like, you know what? Let me show her ass what she.
Right, and see, that's what I'm saying. You were using that because it's the thing. It's the thing. She, she, like you said, she was lining up another dude behind your back. So it's like, why even bother? Even really giving that any type of energy. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like, so the thing is that if anything, you want to motivate yourself to deal with other women who are not going to be like her. You feel what I'm saying? And learn your lesson from that situation to make other things better in the long run. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because the thing is, she's not worth, you being motivated by her. You understand what I'm saying? She's not worth that shit.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So that's what it is, bro. You feel me? But yo, man, I appreciate the call, bro. I'm gonna holler at you later, all right?
Yeah, happy New Year. Just call you. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, man. Peace out. Later.
Take it easy.
All right. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kevin from Dayton.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
Hey, I had to call in, man, because this is stuff that's just getting a little bit too out of hand with this. I wait for women to choose me, and I have to wait for choosing signals and all this, and I only approach women in the club that's looking at, man, hey, what they say, if I teach you to fish, you'll never go hungry.
Right.
You got to go in outside of an environment that you're not comfortable with. See, a lot of guys, they get comfortable with an environment, and they keep using that as a crutch.
Right.
So when they hear another dating coach say, I wait for choosing signals, or I don't approach out in the street. I like to be in an environment where, people are out at the club or anything like that, then you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself for those choosing signals, so-called. So when you in it, this is when you really get good. All guys, they can talk about, I wait for choosing signals, and I got my lifestyle such that I wait for a woman to choose me and all that. That means nothing. If you could talk to a stranger in the street and get she don't know you from nowhere, and then you can get her to do things with you as a man, that's when your game is tight.
Right, exactly.
That's when your game is tight, man. See, but there's some guys over here that's listening. When they hear that, they wait for choose. Oh, so I can wait for choosers. Oh, okay. That's just letting it. That's a scapegoat saying, okay, I really ain't got to try that hard. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't got to get my game together and get it tight.
Right.
That's just an excuse. But if you could walk up to a chick that you don't know, that you find attractive, you got to go do that and quit worrying about the response that she's going to give. Her response is irrelevant.
Right.
It's what you do with what you say to her, and you can pull a response out of the chick by your demeanor. And once you get, say it's like this. You see a girl walking, and you be like, hey, excuse me, what's your name? That's cool. You could do that.
Right.
But hold up. Put a little liveliness into it. If a girl is walking, say, hey, where are you going?
Right.
What do you mean? Why are you walking like that? You walking like you got all the answers. I mean, you got to play it like that. Because now they're saying, hey, this guy's not scared. He's coming at me correct.
Right.
Hold up. They love that. Because a lot of women, they have experienced guys that come up to them like that out in the street, in the field like that.
Right.
If you talk to a lot of women, they say, I've never really had a guy come approach me like that. You know what I'm saying? That was so different. It's so. Some of them say it was so refreshing.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, because a lot of guys will just stare at a woman and won't say anything to her. And that's a turnoff. That's letting that woman know that you don't have no strength in yourself. You don't have no confidence in yourself.
Right.
Guys over here, I don't care what you look like. Get your clothes, your dress together. Get your shaving together. Get your hygiene together. That's all that's important. Brush your teeth and hold up and go out there like you the baddest dude out there. You gotta think you number one.
Real talk.
You gotta think you the best. You gotta think you the best looking guy out there. Hold up. I've had women tell me I'm handsome. I know that. But in my mind, every time I see a woman, I think she likes me.
Right, exactly.
You got to think that in your
Real
mind.
talk, real talk. Because I tell these guys, man, like you gotta already assume that these women want you, man. That's the problem. A lot of guys, they come at the game thinking the girl doesn't want them, and they say to themselves, "What can I do to get her to like me?" I'm like, I already know this chick like me before I even open my mouth. You see what I'm saying? And and then you get a whole different response from women because you come at them with that energy, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like this guy, because this is what guys forget: women get talked to all the time. You understand?
Yes.
And then so a woman knows the difference between a guy who knows how to talk to women and a guy who doesn't. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now
Exactly.
when she encounters you, she knows, okay, damn, this guy knows how to talk to chicks. So I know off the bat that I'm most likely going to have a good time dealing with him. So therefore, I'm going to be responsive to him versus the other guy who I know don't know how to talk to girls. He's scared. He's nervous. He don't know what to say. So he's just going to be a waste of my time. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know.
Exactly. And a woman wants to, when you're talking to a woman, you want to engage her emotions.
Right.
You know, hey, you want to say some stuff that might shock her. You know what I'm saying? And so she'll think, oh, he's not trying to talk to me, and he's not worried about what he's going to say is going to offend me. You have to go at least just like that.
Right.
Because a lot of women will say, well, a lot of guys will say, well, I don't want to say anything that's going to offend her. But again, you have to have your level way above her. You don't put no woman on your pedestal like everybody else talks about. You don't put her on no pedestal. Now, if she don't want to go with you, then too bad. You feel sorry for her.
Exactly.
Then move on to the next.
Exactly.
Hold up. I don't care if a chick is a supermodel. I don't care nothing about that. It's like this. If a chick is pretty, that's all she got is her look until I go examine her. You know what? A doctor go examine somebody when you come into the room. The doctor has to examine you to see what kind of health you in.
Right, right.
That's the same way you got to do with chick. I don't care how pretty she is. Pretty, that don't mean nothing to me. Hold up. Let me examine you and see if you're really healthy on the inside.
Exactly. Facts. Real talk.
Yeah. Like, what you look like on the outside don't mean nothing. We can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? And guys get too concerned because they talk to a pretty chick and they worry about getting that vagina. That's what stop them up.
Right.
The whole thing, I know guys are young and they worried about that. What you want to do, you want to have sex with her mind.
Facts. Say it again. Say it again.
You got to have sex with her mind.
Exactly.
If you have sex with a chick's mind, you could even act like you don't even want. You know you want it, but you still saying things that letting her head, baby, you turn me on, blah blah blah. But you talk to her more and more, man. You get to the point where a chick will almost rape you.
Exactly.
Like,
No, that's facts. It is funny because it's so true. Because this is what guys don't understand. Her, when she feels that emotion, you understand what I'm saying? That's what motivates her to want to get with you. And so when you stimulate that, this is why when guys always talk about, oh well, you got to be the best looking guy and you got to have all this money. All of that stuff is other stuff. That's icing on the cake. Cool. If you look good, that's cool. If you got money, that's cool. But the thing that's going to make a woman stick, the thing that's going to make a woman want to come back to you, hit you up, is when you have her mind. Just like you said, you got to have these women's mind. And that's the problem that guys don't understand. They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to interact with a woman to where she looks at you and says, oh shit, like I actually found the guy who is worth like interacting with, who I actually want to see. I'm thinking about him. Like, why? You understand? Like, because you stand out from all the other dudes who don't know what they're doing. This is why it's so important when guys understand the game, because when you understand game, you stand out. You're different than 90% of guys out there. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. And a woman wants to spend time with a guy who engages her emotions. And if you can engage a chick's emotions, and this is like I'm saying, the guys waiting for chooser signals and they don't approach women on the street. If you practice that enough, you'll start to see a woman's emotions and reactions to the things that you're saying, and you'll know what's working and what's not working.
Exactly.
And when you get really, really good, I'm not a musician, but it's like playing a piano or a guitar, and you know how deep you want to get to playing it, or you can back off a little bit with playing it. Hey, once you get really good with it, oh man, you could be a soloist, and be bad with it. Yeah,
And that's
because women want to hear things that are different. Hold up, and this is a good point too. When you start talking, if you see a woman and you start talking to her, don't talk about nothing for more than a minute or two. Get to the daggone point.
Exactly.
If you meet a chick, be like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? What's your name? And I'll wait for a chick to ask me for my name first because that shows interest.
Right.
If she don't ask for your name, she just standing there trying to figure you out first. But if you come to a chick and be playful, you know, hey, so why are you walking like that? Why is your hair looking like that? You know what you're doing. You know you're looking good today. You know, they want that.
Right.
And so when you start talking to a chick like that, they're looking at you so different. You're like, who is this guy? And don't worry about her response because her response is irrelevant.
Facts. Say it again. Her response is irrelevant.
A woman's response is irrelevant because you know you're that dude. So you don't care what the response is going to be. And the only way you can get good with it is talk to multiple women.
Exactly.
You have to. Stop, guys on here that's listening. Quit listening to that. I'll wait for choosing signals because you're going to lose out. You're going to lose out on the chick that you want because a lot of chicks don't be paying attention.
Right,
exactly.
They
think
exactly.
About, getting off work, they got to go home and cook and take care of the kids or whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But when you step out of the shadows, hey, girl, where you going?
Right.
And she turn around like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Then you start talking to her and you real slick. Oh, she noticed that. Like you said, Locario, they notice who can talk and who can't.
And it's funny because there's a lot of women that I've gotten with who didn't choose me at first, meaning they chose me after I actually went up and approached because they didn't even see me. Like I would be in a party or something or whatever. They wasn't even paying no attention to me. I go up and approach. We start talking. They start feeling it. And then we end up getting together. So I'm like, you know, again, if a girl's choosing, yeah, you definitely check her, you know, like check her out, make something happen. But don't wait for her to try to, you know, send you choosing signals because you're going to be waiting a long time. And a lot of times, sometimes you get chosen by chicks you're not even feeling. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hold up. Everybody talk about they want to be alpha. Hold up. A lion don't be waiting on what he gonna get. He see what he want, he gonna get it. He don't wait. Oh, let me see if that llama gonna look at me first before I go over there. If the llama look at you, wait too late because he gonna get away from you.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. Hey, guys, get out here and get strong. Get your game together. Go out here and practice. Practice makes perfect. That's the only way you're going to get good. You can listen to these other dating coaches and sit and be like, okay, I'm just going to wait for choosing signals, or I'm just going to, wait till I go to a party or something before I approach a chick. No, you approach them out in the street. That's when your game gets really crisp, 100%. Well, that's when you're talking to chicks in the street when they ain't ready for it. Because when you go to a club, again, their guard is up. They wait. See, when women are in, I'm gonna give some slick game right here. Well, I didn't talk to you about this before, Locario. When chicks are out in the club on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they are in princess mode.
That's
they
true.
Are looking that their nose up in the air. I look too good. Let me see who wants me in here. Oh, do I really want him? He's handsome, but no, I wait for the next guy. Oh, let her go through princess mode. When you're out at the club, you going out, just have fun. Just have fun. Chick choosing, okay, cool. But on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, again, the nails are chipped. Their hair's not done. They're not looking their best.
Right.
So now their self-esteem is a little low. And then you come out of nowhere, but hey, girl, what's your name? Oh, man, hey, they ready for it then.
Right. That's real talk, bro. That is real fucking talk, man.
I'll let you go, man, because, hey, I done got upset today, man. I was hearing some stuff I didn't like.
But I always love when you call it and spit that fire, bro. You feel me? That's how you got to do it.
All
right, bro. I'm going to holler at you, man.
It.
All right, peace. Later.
All right.
That's my dude right there. He always coming in with that game, man. That's what I'm talking about. You see how it's a different energy? You see how you can feel his energy? Now imagine when he talk to women. They feel the same way. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Yo, what's going on?
Oh, hello?
Yo, what's popping?
Hey, man, what's going on? I spoke to you not too long ago. I was telling you about the little virgin girl and whatnot. But, yeah, man, I just wanted to call and shit. It's 2019 coming up, and I'm going hard this year.
All right, that's what's up. So what else is going on with you?
Shit, not much. I was just going to tell you about this little one story that I had, because I heard y'all talking about the whole little self-esteem earlier with Miles Cunningham. And he was saying, like, as far as women are going to come at you based on how you feel about yourself, man, that shit is very true.
Real talk.
It's been plenty of times that, like my self-esteem has been high and then it's been down. And I noticed when it's high, you're actually interacting with people a different type of way. rather than the way it is when you're low. So like I was talking to one girl, right? Like I was saying, I was in a relationship with the shorty I was telling you about, and yeah, she would say little shit like, I remember one day I was on the phone with her, right, and I'm in the drive-thru and shit. She like, oh, I bet a lot of women be trying to holler at you, right? And I actually felt like, nah, and I kind of said that, but I didn't say those exact words, you know.
Right.
I was just like, yeah, you know, kind of for real, blah blah blah.
Right.
But I was actually in my head like, no, because I had that low ass self-esteem and shit about myself. And another thing, right? Far as that though, I was actually with this one broad, right? Because everybody talking about choosing signals and shit. I was on my job, you know, doing Amazon, delivering boxes and whatnot. So I walked into this one building, and there was this lady at the desk, and she was cute. Like, I was looking at her like, damn, she cute. I'm thinking she might have been like a couple more years older than me, because I'm 22. I'm thinking she like 26, 27 or some shit.
Right.
So I just walked up to her, you know, asking for directions and everything with a little smile on my face, talking to her. She give me the directions. I go up there, deliver the package. After I come back down, right, the girl actually called me over to her desk. You know, she ran from behind the desk, pulled me over to the side, and was like, "You got a girlfriend?" And this is like, this is right when I broke up with the chick. I'm like, nah, hell no. She like, what's your number? Blah, blah, blah. So, damn, I get a number and shit. I'm like, oh, damn, I just got this girl. Like, she cute as shit. And this motherfucker just booked me. So I get a text in there that night trying to make something happen quick as possible. Because I'm thinking, if she got my number, her interest is high. Like, I know I'm ready to get something tonight. I know I am. So I go to her house. And we chilling and shit, you know. I did a little simp shit, went to a little fast food restaurant, you know, paid for it or whatever.
Oh, damn.
But I got back to her crib.
Right.
So we in the car and everything. I'm looking at her body language. She real uptight. I'm just trying to talk to her, whatever, like to smooth her out. But she stand like her body is not even face towards me, just that way. So she like, yeah, we can chill in the crib. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, all right, fuck the body language, fuck it. I go in the house or whatever. And Shorty is actually sitting in her kitchen, and I'm on her couch, which is like probably 15 feet apart. And I'm like, oh, what you doing over there? Like, come over here. Like,
so wait, she's sitting all the way away from you?
She's sitting all the way in the kitchen.
Oh my God.
I'm on her couch. She like, oh no, like I don't want to try to get you know, like too close to you and shit. And she had her bed, because he had a one studio apartment, so her bed was in sight.
Right.
So I'm asking her shit about her room and whatnot. Like, damn, you got a TV and shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need to go in there and watch a movie. Like, we can lay up, you feel me, chill in the bed.
Right.
She like, oh, no, all this other shit. So, after a while, I kind of got nervous, you know, because now I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on? I got this girl, she booked me and shit, got my number. Like, it ain't really going down how I imagined it to go down. Right. And then like, you know, a couple minutes later, whatever, you know, I close the deal. I just bop, you know, get out of there. She give me the little side hug and shit, and I go home, and then I text her like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, right? You know, like I'm cool on you. And then right after I texted her, she was just like, oh, you just saying that because you know I'm not one of those girls that you can get real quick and all that, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, yeah, man, that was one of those attention seekers, man.
Yeah, that's what happens. Wait, did you kiss her?
No, hell no. Like, she wouldn't even come to the couch, man. Like, I couldn't get her on the couch to actually, get to feeling her out and shit.
Because, you know, it's funny because sometimes, you know, you're going to have girls who, they feeling you, but they still trying to play that, you know, innocent, I want to, like, you know, I want him to think that it's something more than it is, and I'm not trying to give it up too quick, whatever, and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have girls who do that, because I've been in those situations too, where it was girls that I was trying to mess with, be at her house, we'd be on the couch, but she's sitting all the way on the other side of the couch, and you'd be like trying to, you know what I mean? So it's like they'll do that. You understand? Because it's like they're trying to get more out of you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but the thing is with them, sometimes those girls you have to charge to the game, because, you know, it's either they're looking at you on some, I want him to be my boyfriend, so I'm not going to try to have sex with him quick or whatever, You feel what I'm saying? Or she's just playing a whole bunch of games which you don't really need to like even bother with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and it was like, I'm pretty sure you had this happen. Like, it was one of those girls, as I'm talking to her on the phone, because I might have had like one phone conversation before we actually met up.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I'm just the shit that I'm saying. She was like, oh, you a player. You get a lot of girls and shit like that. You know, so she looked at me like that player dude.
Right, and that's another thing too, is because she may think, well, I don't want to have sex with him and he never called me again. You understand what I'm saying? So for a woman, sometimes what happens is her ego won't allow her to get sexual with you, because if you do get sexual with her and don't call her again, that's a rejection to her. So she would rather say, well, at least I didn't have sex with him. So let's say you don't call her again. She's going to be like, well, at least I didn't fuck him. You feel what I'm saying? Because then she'll feel even worse. You see what I mean? So sometimes chicks will get with you. They'll think you're too good for them. You feel what I'm saying? And they'll be like, damn, I don't want to deal with this guy, because if I do deal with him, then he may end up, like fucking me and never calling me again, and I'm gonna feel even worse. So that's where that resistance comes from. Because I always said this, for women, the way that they make decisions is like this. Where I say, let's say if you were starving and you had 2 plates of food on a table, and somebody said, yo, you can eat the food, but one of them has poison in it. You see what I'm saying? So you see what I mean? So it's right. So it's that thing where they want to do it, but then they're scared because they're not too sure, and so that's where the hesitation comes from. So the same way where you might hesitate to eat the food even though you want it, that's how women act in those situations, because it's a conflict. You know what I mean?
In reference to what you said, right? Far as how would you be able to kind of work with it, like what you were saying, if you ate a piece of the food and now she's like, okay, I can eat this plate, like how would that actually work in the motion, in the realm of it, being in a situation?
Well, unfortunately, sometimes there's nothing you can really do, because understand that it's up to her and her mind for her to want to do it and be comfortable enough to do it. Now, sometimes you can do stuff to sort of, or say things to sort of get her in that zone, but it's still up to her, because it's the thing. It's like, because she may see you as a player or see you as the type of guy who's going to probably just have sex with her and leave. But because she sees you that way, there's nothing you can do, because that's how she sees you. You understand? It's not like you're doing anything technically to really make her see you that way, but that's how she sees you. So because that's what's in her mind, that's what's true to her at the moment. So a lot of times what happens is that when you're interacting with these girls, you would just have to let them know in certain cases that you're interested in them. And this is why, I talked about earlier about not being scared to give women validation, because sometimes a woman may think you're too good for her and think you're not into her. So the validation you give her can actually make her more comfortable around you. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's the part that dudes don't want. That's part of the game guys don't understand. See, guys always think, no, sometimes a girl is already intimidated by you. Therefore, you have to actually so what I'm saying is, you could have went up to her, grabbed her by the hand, been like, yo, you looking real sexy tonight, blah, 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 whatever. So she feels like, yo, like, okay, I guess he actually does like me. Even if she still was nervous about it, she may think you're actually into her more, because you're showing that you want her. You're showing that you're attracted to her. You're showing this, and you have to be more showy the more that she sees you as a high value guy. So the fact that she said that you're a player, that within itself lets you know that she thinks that you're the type of guy who can get a lot of women, which means also she thinks you're a high value dude, which means that she's intimidated, which means that she needs more confirmation that you're into her. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times being too laid back and too standoffish a little bit can work against you if she sees you as that high value guy. This is why it's important. And I actually have a video coming out, I filmed it the other day, where I was talking about how you have to be very aware of how women perceive you. You have to be very aware of how women see you, because what happens is that sometimes a woman may see you as someone she sees as intimidating, and then that within itself will make her back off and not fuck with you. You see what I mean? Because the thing is, she doesn't want you to have sex with her and bounce because that's a rejection for her. You understand? That's going to make her feel a certain way. You see what I mean?
Right. And I don't want to hold you up too long, but one more thing about what you were saying, like, and this is so serious and valuable to towards the game and everything is not taking what women say serious.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I and this is before I was actually on it. Like female behavior, I was on some key parts of it, and some parts was just not there. So, like, I would take some things that women said serious, but me knowing that a lot of the shit that they say in the moment is just based off their feelings in the moment. Like, I actually blew up, man. Like, this one girl I was messing with, the same girl I was telling you about, the first one. She had told me this, because she was a virgin, right? She actually told me this. She was on the phone one day, and she was like, yeah, you know what? I've been thinking, like, I'm not going to lose my virginity to anyone. I'm just going to get my girlfriend to use the strap on and just fuck me. So that way, if you, like, decide to fuck me and leave, I won't feel hurt.
Wow, that's crazy. That's some other crazy shit.
I went ballistic. Like, I went ballistic in that moment because I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? But really, I shouldn't have took any of that shit serious.
Nah, you can't because, yo,
you know, like,
bruh, you understand something. Women's minds are all over the place, man. Yo, I was on a date with this girl once, and she told me how she said that women generally will in like actually like when you're on a date with a girl, she'll wonder if you're actually interested in her. Even though you're on a date with her, she'll still be thinking, are you interested? And not only is she wondering if you're interested, she's consistently wondering if you're interested. So for example, let's say you're on a date with a girl and it's 8:00, right? At 8:00, she's wondering if you're interested. Then you might do something at maybe 8:10 that makes her say, oh yeah, he is interested in me. Then at 8:15, she's wondering again, are you interested? And then again at 8:30, she's wondering, oh, maybe he's not. That's how they think, son. There's always this constant back and forth of them wondering and all over the place. And so imagine if you're that high value guy, she's going to constantly be thinking that. She's going to constantly be wondering what's going on and what's happening and why. Like, even times where, I've had sex with girls, and because I didn't come or whatever, it's like they're feeling bad because they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because they think, well, maybe he didn't like it. And you know what I'm saying? They're always on that other shit. So, and this is why you can't take it too seriously, because their responses and reactions, are coming from a place of them overthinking a lot of stuff and them being emotional about a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. So,
all right, man. Nice talk, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Holidays.
Yeah, man. Definitely have a good New Year and all that.
Bad boy membership and everything. That's on YouTube. The boy Locario is the man.
That's
check
what's
him
up,
out.
man. Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man.
I'm out.
Already.
Peace. Yeah, man. Chicks be on that shit. They be on that shit, man. All right, let me see who else is this. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Mr. Locario, what's good, man?
What up? Who's this?
Chilling, man. I just want to get on here real quick and tell you thanks for, like, the game that you're giving out, bro.
That's appreciated, bro.
Also, Happy New Year's to you, dog.
Yeah.
I'm trying, like, myself, my New Year's resolution, I told myself, man, I really got to get out in these streets because, honestly, like, this year alone, I started off kind of trying.
Right.
And then I just completely fell off. And it's like you always say, you get the results you put in. So, this year alone, I haven't really talked to that many girls. I've talked to like a handful of girls.
Right.
Went out on maybe 3 dates for like the whole year, and that's it.
Wow.
But I was like,
crazy.
man, I got to try harder. I got to get out here because, like, I'm not really getting the results that I really want.
Yeah, and a lot of it is really just putting yourself out there, because the more you put yourself out there, the more you learn about shit or learn about yourself, and then the more access you have to women. You understand? It's like, because even just on a numbers game level, it's like the more you talk to, the more you're going to find women who is going to be interested in you, and then the more you're going to actually have those experiences, that's going to strengthen your game. You see what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. You really got to just put yourself out there more. And that's why I was saying, earlier that dudes got to take action. You see what I mean? That's like half the game right there is taking action. Sometimes you'll end up being able to get with a girl just off the fact that you went outside that day. Meaning you went out to an event or a bar or something and just chilled, and that girl happened to be there. Y'all started talking or whatever, and then you end up, having a one-night stand with that girl. You understand? Just because you decided, oh, let me come out tonight. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what happened. But dudes, they don't put themselves out there, and then they miss out on opportunities. They miss out on the situation to learn certain things, and then it is what it is.
Yeah. Quick question, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think, I guess, do you think it's better to just like really get out there, or do you accept the fact that, because I see a lot of dudes like they treat it like chance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not trying to get a girl, but all the girlfriends, like some of my friends are like that. Some the girls that I do have, it just so happened that I was in the right time at the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That could happen, but you don't want to necessarily bank on that. You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like like saying, well, I'm just gonna try to get lucky. You know what I mean? Like, because the thing is that there are situations where that can happen, where you go out and shit just happens, or it just falls into your lap here and there. But a lot of times you might not be able to maintain that because if you don't have a good knowledge of the game, you're not going to be able to maintain the situation that fell in your lap. So my thing is, even if something falls into your lap here and there, or you just happen to make something happen, what you want to be able to still know what to do, so that when you have those times where it doesn't fall in your lap, or it doesn't work out the way you expect it to work out, just because, you still know how to go out and get it if you need to. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Is it's the whole thing of, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So it's better to have the game and not need it than to need the game and not have it. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what dudes got to understand, is that you want to be at a level to where you know how to do things and to get specific results. Because what happens is sometimes you're going to run into, because this is the thing, you'll run into girls here and there that, you might say, okay, she's cute, she's all right, whatever. But then there's times where you run into those girls where you're like, God damn, this chick is bad. You start talking to her and everything seems cool. You trying to you're like, yo, she's one of the baddest chicks I talked to all week. You feel what I'm saying? And so you want to be able to have enough skill to be able to say, okay, there's a big chance that I could actually get her, and then get that other girl and get that other girl. You see what I'm saying? And so there are guys who have this skill level to be able to do that at any time. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I want to get guys to that point. I want to get you to that skill level, to where even if you just want a girlfriend, you'll get that girl as your girlfriend. You would want that hot girl as the type of girl you would want to be the best chick to fuck with. If you want to fuck with a whole bunch of chicks, you have the power and the knowledge to go out there and fuck with a bunch of chicks whenever you really want to make it happen. Like, I have a friend who almost like 90% of the time where he go out, he ends up getting a girl to come back to his place, like 90% of the time, no bullshit, because he knows what he's doing. He goes out there, he knows which girls to choose up on, he knows which girls to talk to, he knows what to say to them, how to get them out the spot, all this other stuff. So he has it down pat like that because he's been doing it for years. You understand? So it's become second nature to him. So on a Friday or Saturday night, if he's chilling at his crib and not doing nothing, you feel what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, I want to go out and get a chick. He literally goes out and get a chick. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like that. So, you want to get to that level. That's where I'm trying to get cats to be at. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, we appreciate you for it, man. I'm going to get off your line, but happy New Year's, bro.
Yeah, happy New Year to you, bro. I'm going to holler at you, man. All right. Peace. All right, people. It is almost about that time. So remember that the holiday sale is still on. So the rest of today and tomorrow it ends at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you can still get on the Bad Boy membership and get the bonuses, get the holiday sale from today and all the way till tomorrow January 1st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to badboymembership.com to join the membership, where you get my free book, 60-second game, for free. Get the ultimate bad boy package for free. And you also get the 30-minute game session for free. Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. All right? So, Happy New Year to everybody. Make sure, you guys step up that game for the new year, man. Make it happen. The time is now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all have been watching me, watching other coaches, all that other stuff. I want you guys to start going out, because what's going to happen is when you start going out, you're going to start getting experiences that is going to allow you to even come back to me or anybody else and ask us even questions on a whole nother level. You see what I'm saying? So that you can get even better. So that's the thing that we want you guys out there to make happen. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody in the chat room who we have up in here: Sticky E, Cold Lobo, Darrell S, Brett Lee, Beast of East. Who else? Neo Yasha, Nathan Wong, Dan Zeno, Jeffrey St. Jute, Justy or something like that. I think I said it right. DKBV. I'm not going to say your name. That shit is crazy. Mr. Creon Jenkins. Who else is up in here? Robert Harris, Slime Peso, Moving in Silence. K Zagan was in here. Dr. Cuddles is in here. Dr. Cuddles, man, remember, you gotta get out there and focus, man. Don't worry about all that other shit. Nicholas, Romy, Riley. Who else is up in here? Man, we got a lot of people over here. Nicholas Pin. I appreciate each and every one of you guys rocking out. We have Female Pimp in the building. Yeah. Yo, the moderators is going in on Female Pimp today. I gotta, you gotta take it easy on Female Pimp. Mike S in the building. Hunter James. Junior Abad. Ellie Empire. Man, appreciate all you guys. You guys have a good night. I will see you guys next year. All right? I'm gone, man. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.